So the question here is, you have to make your time valuable to yourself or valuable to others. Does it not bring a concept of doership? First of all, there's no doership for anybody. The doership is an illusion. Understand? There's no doership at all, anybody. Right? For example, your heart beats. Okay, it's beating. It's happening. Okay. You lift your hand, right hand. Right, lift your right hand. Did you lift your right hand?
Like it happened due to like a
See,
series of
the blood is flowing. You don't know how many cells are there. Your brain is working. Right? Your hand got lifted. But I lifted my hand is an illusion.
It's just another thought.
It's a thought. It's not a reality. The doership is a completely thought. It's not a reality at all. Okay. So Gnani is free from that thought. Because I am the doer. But doing will continue. The non-doership doesn't mean doing will stop. Doing will continue. But doership is not there. The illusion of doership is not there. Understand? Please understand, Gnani doesn't mean sitting in a place. I'm not a doer. That's called laziness. Okay. Or inactivity. Non-doership is beyond this activity and inactivity. Okay. Non-doership is a spontaneous activity. All activities are spontaneous only, but we have to take ownership of that. Okay. A thought will take ownership of that. The thought, actually, when activity happens, there's no doer and deed. Right? Any activity, there's somebody who is a doer, they're doing and deed. For example, painter is there. Some artist is there. Artist is there, painting is there, picture is there. But when he is doing the painting, there's no doership. There's no doership. He's completely involved in that. Only doing is there. After the painting is over, oh, this is my painting, I did it. The doership comes after. Okay? Doership is not there when you're doing. Doership comes only later or beginning. Okay? Beginning or later, doership comes. Right? The duality comes only at the end or in the beginning. Okay? So Gnani has no duality in the beginning or end. Doing is there. Okay? So Gnani can be fully active in the world without a concept of doership. The best example is Sri Krishna. He's fully active. He can dance, he can sing, he can music. Right? There's no doership. There's no ownership. The doership and ownership, dropping that is called Gnana. Now you don't have to drop it. You have to understand the illusion of doership and illusion of knowership. So when I lift my hand, there's no doer there. Action is happening. Right? Do you think?
Thoughts are happening.
Thoughts are happening. And a thought comes that I am a thinker. That's all.
Thought comes and it says I can control.
Thought can come and I can control also. There's also a thought. Okay. So once you understand the illusory nature of thoughts, you're not identified with that. Actions will keep flowing. Okay. There's no doership. So when I say valuable to myself and valuable to others, right? So simple, very simple. There's a body-mind complex is there. It's a vehicle. Okay. The vehicle I can keep idle or I can use it for some purpose. So if the purpose is the vehicle has to, the body-mind complex is the vehicle. It should serve my purpose or it should serve somebody's purpose. Okay. What is the point of keeping the vehicle idle? So in that thought process flaws. That is the thought process. So that activity will flow.
Okay. Does that mean there could be enlightened people who don't have thought process and they can just...
There can be enlightened people who don't have that thought process and they can be sitting idle also. So that's why the enlightened beings, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say, there's a big wall in the city. Okay. People don't know what is across the wall. Some people climb on above climb the wall, then see a beautiful garden, they jump there. Then they keep eating the fruits. Okay. But one person doesn't jump the wall. He sits on the wall and call other people to jump. He doesn't go and jump and eat the fruits. So what happens out of 100 people who get mukti, many of them, they may not do anything. They may just enjoy that fruits of mukti, which is being peaceful and blissful. Very few people, maybe 10%, 5%, they may want they want to share that with others. Right? They have more compassion and love. So this is different. This is the next level of maturity in the enlightenment. Enlightenment itself is not one stage. Enlightenment, okay, I am free. Let me be peaceful. I am free. Many more people should get benefit. It's like you are expanding. The compassion and love makes you expand it. That only few people go to that next level. Okay. For them, they want to help people share the joy and happiness with more people. In the process, what will happen? They'll miss sitting idle someplace, sitting peacefully, closing eyes or sitting. They'll miss it. It doesn't matter. For them, sharing is the joy.
Who will be sitting idle?
I'm saying an enlightened being may not have thought of helping others or sharing others. You said.
So
question.
Might be sitting
No. I mean, there may be people who are sitting idle. There may be people who want to share. And see, this is typically comes from background. I'll tell you the background. In Buddhism, there are some people who are called bodhisattvas. They take a vow. Until all people in the world get liberated, I don't want to get liberated. I want to help all the people. The focus of enlightenment is service and helping people to get out of suffering. Okay? Right? So those people, many lifetimes they worked. So Buddha worked for 500 lifetimes to build good punya, enough maturity to be able to help large number of people. Understand? Whereas some people are there, they are called arhatas. They get enlightened. They are not done this such type of sadhana. They get free. They are going to sit. They will not do anything. So they may do some service, little bit help, but they themselves may not get into a larger service activity. For them, whatever is there in the hand, they will try to do it. Okay. Whereas bodhisattvas who have taken many lifetimes of service, they will try to serve larger community. See, it's like this principle. Our enlightenment has two dimensions, one inner and outer. Inner is called Atma Mokshatam, outer is called Jagaditaya. So bodhisattvas, their focus is Jagaditaya first and Atma Mokshatam comes next. Right? Whereas Arhantas, Atma Mokshatam comes, Jagaditaya next. So these people have prepared themselves for many lifetimes for service. So they'll keep on doing service. Action happens, there is no doer. In case of bodhisattvas. In case of Arhantas, there's no doership and there's no larger activity also. So bodhisattvas come from a background of tremendous amount of compassion and preparation for helping others. So these are the people who will become sadgurus or enlightened masters or avatars. Okay.
Does it mean that they don't have love and compassion?
Those
who are not doing anything.
And those who are not doing anything, they have not developed themselves the skills and ability for serving. They have a little bit. They don't have enough larger amount. Say, I'm saying Bodhisattva, Buddha, worked for 400, 500 lifetimes, developing various qualities, maturity. Then he is able to handle on a larger role. Whereas somebody is not worked that built maturity, he doesn't have that ability to handle a larger role. He may want to do work, but his ability field of operations will be limited. Did you understand? Did you get the answer?
Yeah. So you said the bodhisattvas, Jagaditaya is first, Atma Mokshata is second.
Jagaditaya comes primary.
But that doesn't mean they are not jnanis, right? So
No.
See, moksha implies in Vedanta knowing your
No, I'm saying, but see, anybody doesn't come to Jnana one day. Okay? Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanamate Jnanavan Prabhati. Many lifetimes will go. How the many lifetimes are spent, maturity builds certain ability and skills and vasana and samskara within you. So bodhisattvas have built, gradually they have moved into more and more service level of type of activity. Want to serve, help. That becomes their primary focus for liberation. When they get liberated, that activity will continue on a larger scale. Right? Whereas Arihantas, their primary focus, I am suffering, let me get rid of suffering. Atma Moksha. Finally, they'll come to that. But their ability and punya, good karma, what they have built. In Buddhism, they call as parmi. Parmi is good karma. So that built is not good enough for them to do a larger role. They'll do some small amount of role. This becomes called Jiva Muktas in Vedanta and Arihantas in Buddhism. So those who teach and grow larger in Buddhism,
Hmm.
they become what are called Buddhas or larger than that. Or in Sanatana, they become Sadgurus, Gurus,
Hmm.
like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is after enlightenment.
Hmm.
Before enlightenment life, I'm speaking of their sadhana, how they come on the sadhana path.
Hmm.
That makes a difference.
Understood.
So basically, I'll tell you this way. A person who is not enlightened,
Hmm.
his life is driven by dharma, artha, kama,
Hmm.
or moksha.
Hmm.
It can be moksha also.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
But always centered around myself.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So why? By getting moksha, I'll be happy.
Hmm.
I want happiness. I want peace. So
Hmm.
always is I want, I want.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
But many people have done sadhana.
Hmm.
Atmanu mokshatam jagantaya. I want peace and I want to serve, share the peace.
Hmm.
Those people will start growing larger. These are the people who prepare themselves for Buddha or Sadguru.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. It's not that they are enlightened,
Hmm.
but their sadhana is that direction.
Hmm.
Sadhana is serving.
Hmm.
Actually, now today, if you look at many doctors, professionals who are in the service business, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
There is a lot of compassion in them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Even their profession
Hmm.
brings them compassion.
Hmm.
Okay. So those are the people who evolve towards Jagaditaya and Atma Moksha.
Okay.
Right? A doctor may be having a lot of trouble at home,
Hmm.
but he will not leave a patient and go home.
Hmm.
His focus is service.
Hmm.
So these are service qualities develop in these people.
Hmm.
So after enlightenment, what will happen? There are two types of vasana.
Hmm.
For selfish vasana,
Hmm.
that will go.
Hmm.
Now the vasana to help others
Hmm.
will continue.
Hmm.
So that's why they will be able to continue that. So the vasanas to serve society will dominate.
Hmm.
What happened to Vivekananda? Vivekananda was a monk,
Hmm.
but he was never resting.
Hmm.
He always wanted to awaken Indians. He was feeling Indians have to awaken.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
His focus is to awaken the Indians.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
One day he came back to India,
Hmm.
and for 3 days,
Hmm.
people kept on visiting him. Extreme.
Hmm.
He didn't have food. He didn't have to eat anything. But compassion makes him sit.
Hmm.
Right? Until the last person goes, he doesn't want to get up.
Hmm.
Finally, one gatekeeper sees that. He doesn't have not taken any food.
Hmm.
He brings food and gives to Vivekananda on the third day.
Okay.
But he says, I'm a low caste.
Hmm.
Okay. Vivekananda says, no caste doesn't make a difference. And he eats the food.
Hmm.
Mata Amritama, have you heard of?
Yeah.
She sits for 12 hours, 14 hours. Until the last person comes, she'll not get up.
Yeah.
That's compassion.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean her body doesn't pain.
Hmm.
Body, lot of ache will be there.
Hmm.
Okay. Her all bones have become weak.
Hmm.
Okay. Rest continuously. But her principle is, if she sits, 10,000, 40,000, 50,000 people come, she will not get up.
Hmm.
It's a compassion,
Hmm.
love. So the compassion, love aspect dominates in somebody's life.
Hmm.
Mukti aspect dominates in somebody's life.
Hmm.
Okay. A Sadguru or a Buddha or highly or this being, for them, compassion dominates their activities. There's no doer. The compassion drives acts. There's no doership. So the doership will come is this effort. Okay. So a mother takes care of a child. She has no concept of doership. It's not a duty. She loves the child. In the love, there's no doership. Okay. Doership is there, but if you go to office, the doership is there. Or I have to go to the office. Love, out of love, where is the doership? Have you seen any mother? 10 years, she doesn't take any food. Right? Her own food needs are this thing. The child's needs are primary. It comes out of love. In love and compassion, there's no doership. In Dana, there's no doership. The doership comes in this ego. But doership is not real. It's just a ownership of actions. A thought. There's no real doership. There's no real doership for anybody. It is just a thought. Right? So everything happens. Okay, let me ask another way. The wind blows. Who is the doer? There's a doing. Blowing is there. The ocean rises. There's no doer. Doing activity is there. So there's a body-mind complex in all of us is working. There's activity. There's no doer. Okay. our brain thinking, body functioning, all these things are play of three gunas. Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. There's no doer. Okay. That's why Sri Krishna says, this thing. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani savasha. Prakriti, nature does all the thing. Prakriti means three gunas. Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Even a smartest person also is three guna only. Sattva guna is working, that's all. Okay. But he takes the ownership of that. The ego comes and takes the ownership. Ego comes only at the end. Okay. That's all. But there is no doership for anybody. But Gnani understands there is no doership, the falsehood of doership. After that, his life is same. Life is driven by love and compassion. Whereas Adnani's life is driven by selfishness and desire. And he has a concept of doership, Adnani. That's why he has a concept of karma also. No doership. When there's compassion, there's no doership.
It is that Jagat is Mithya.
Okay. So the question is, Jagat is Mithya. Why Jagaditaya? So the word Mithya you have to understand. The Mithya is